Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Dublin in Darkness / Darkness in Dublin. As we find our various players, we are in a very special location today. We are in the Confession Box, a bar on Marlborough Street in Dublin. For those wondering, it is a real bar. Feel free to visit someday and tell them we sent you. This will be the hangout and is, in fact, yes, from now on, it's going to be the hangout for the Celestial Choristers. With that, players, begin.
Very calmly. Sorry, I was getting some wicked reverb there. Very calmly, with elegance and grace, Saisho wraps his hand around his sister's waist and kind of looks down at her and says, "You could have picked a more entertaining or stimulating place."
Oh, but it is entertaining. Don't you see the way that they run around trying to court one another?
How utterly boring. But if it pleases you.
She just kind of smiles up at him.
Hey, Anthony, as we walk past, is there a bouncer?
There is no bouncer. It's just a normal street bar. There's a little sign outside. It reads. Hold on, let me see if I can actually get the fucking picture up. Give me a second. Okay. The sign. It's a little sign with a picture of a man on it. It reads, "Favorite watering hole, 1890 to 1922. Irish revolutionary Michael Collins was instrumental in the struggle for Irish freedom." It basically says it was his favorite watering hole. Little sign outside. There's a few colourful things in the windows saying like beer, two for €5, 2 for €3, stuff like that.
Very calmly, he's going to take out a cigarette. He's going to sit in like a chair that is pre-offered outside of the pub. He's going to wait casually for his sister to light the cigarette.
And she'll pull out a lighter and just kind of lick and light a cigarette.
It will be an eerie green flame if anyone actually bothers to look at it, but I doubt they will. As he takes a deep inhalation from the cigarette. I wondered what kind of night it would taste of this evening. I think it tastes somewhat of disappointment. Not for us, he'll say, looking around. By the way, Anthony, just quick snippets from people's minds as he looks at them, as he's casually reading them.
Most people walk past thinking of things like, what are they going to do for supper that night? Recent football results. There's a couple of people going past wondering about whether or not their affairs have been noticed by their partners. There's a few kids that run past, like wondering why the two Asian weirdos are sitting outside the bar and not going in. And a couple of drunks that wander in and out occasionally. One of them does like sort of stop and gesture that he wants a cigarette off you, but I'm assuming you ignore him. At which point, after about 2 or 3 minutes, like mentally,
oh no, he'll give him a cigarette.
All right, in that case, mentally he thanks you and verbally he thanks you, and then fucks off. And about 5 minutes later, like he's standing a very short distance away, like he looks very confused. It takes about 5 minutes before like you get a mental thing as he realizes it's not lit. I've forgotten the lighter. And then he wanders off with an unlit cigarette, apparently not realizing you have a lighter.
The machinations of the shit-faced.
Yes, he must be exceptionally blotted.
He'll basically take he'll take the cigarette and he'll kind of pre-offer it to his sister to see if she wishes to, smoke the rest of it.
She'll shake her head no.
He'll stub it out then. Why is this country banned you smoking indoors? It's rather tedious.
They're rules and all. I guess we must follow them.
Would anyone else care to bimble upon us in the middle of the night? Who's next?
Bimble, bimble, bimble.
Are they like literally just standing in front of the entrance, chilling there?
They're sitting in front of the entrance.
Okay, they're not like blocking the way in though.
No, basically, I'm kind of just going to say that there are maybe one or two of the plastic or steel tables that you often see outside of bars for people to sit on.
In this case, it's literally like a couple of chairs taken from inside. There isn't a table. There's just a couple of chairs taken from inside the bar, put outside, under a window.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say they're just sitting there. I was smoking, which is why I didn't walk in with a cigarette.
All right. So they are going to see about in their mid-20s.
Actually, it might make sense if both of the Euthanatoi arrive together. Because you are both Euthanatoi.
Oh, yeah. Jules probably with her.
Yeah. They will notice a Indian woman in her mid-20s, so it looks like she does age relatively well. Kind of meekly walking along.
Question, do either of you have a mind shield?
No, I do not.
I do not.
Okay, he's not actively reading your mind right now, but it's just for my later calls of reference. Sorry.
On things.
Mm-hmm. But actually, Kim, important point. You still have spirit sight up from earlier because you rolled enough successes, so it's actually up for the week.
I had like 4 successes, but yes, go on.
So you will notice 2 sparkly auras.
Guys, do we use resonance rules here or no?
They are optional if you wish to flavor things, but we're not enforcing them.
By the way, folks, just so you all know, this picture that I've got on my thing is indeed the confession box. The outside of the confession box.
All right.
I think I've been in that pub.
That looks nothing like the one in Bloodlines. I am disappointed.
Because it takes place in LA, not in Dublin, Kim.
Look, that doesn't. They have enough of. I'm sure they have enough old churches that they could change.
Kim, no, stop.
Whatever.
Different city, different country, different hemisphere.
I don't care, Tim.
Yes, the Euthanatoi will basically spot Kim and Evan's character sitting on 2 small, rickety, old, stained wooden chairs, darkened with age, just sitting outside the pub.
But no, to answer your question, Tim, we use resonance rules for flavor if you want to use them.
There's probably at least a little bit of that entropic resonance on both of them, but I can't really speak for Jules, so I'll just speak for Samira.
Probably her as well, though her resonances tend to run more dynamic.
If you can detect our resonances, his resonance is completely clean, but that's because he actively scrubs his resonance, so people can't detect his resonance. Hashtag that mind, though. Kim's resonance... Jor? Kim, are you in Jor? Did I say you were in Jor? I'm pretty close to some Jor.
I think you said she wasn't sure, but I'm perfectly fine not being in sure. Just TBD.
Okay, that's fine. But still, if you have entropic resonance, hers is 10 times worse.
Tim, stop it. I'll see you inside chat.
Poor old Tim.
I'm sorry, just just the Y and then the little fucking face he has for his accent.
Looks like something off 80s British TV.
Well, it's also because we don't really use the quiet rules. As I say, Jor is more just a roleplay aspect than anything else. But anyway, continuing. Do you inform me that there are 2 mages approaching us, or do you not, Kim?
What kind of She'll probably say it. Yeah, she'll say it through the mental link. Just kind of say, "Oh, look, two more like us."
He will casually look up, contemplating lighting another cigarette. He'll say, "Do you desperately want a drink, or can I light up another cigarette?"
She'll flick the lighter back on. The flame is green. She'll light a cigarette.
Yes. Both of the mages will notice that because they're much more observant than your normal people. When she flicks the lighter, the flame is green, like a baleful, shiny green.
By the way, just so you're all aware, it's just started raining.
It's always been raining.
No. As in, like, okay. Let me put it this way: the rain is now heavier.
Okay.
If any of you would like to make, it would be perception alertness.
Where did you say we had to have a site up?
No, he was asking if we wanted to roll perk alert or perk aware.
No, perk alerts. Perception alertness. This is not an overtly magical wizardiness that you're noticing. Not yet. Anyway.
That bougie shit. It's not yet.
5 successes, Antonius.
Do we get any lower diff for certain sites up?
If you have forces, if you have forces set up or prime sites, you'll notice this.
She does have prime set up.
In that case, you'll get a -1 diff. Otherwise, it's just like diff 6 and 1 success is all you.
Or Knife of Rosamanthus notices none of the things.
All right. Those of you who do notice it,
we had 2 successes, 3 successes, and 5 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you literally only needed the 1 success to see what was there. The rain around the bar, say within maybe 5 to 6 meters of the pub, is heavier. Like you can actually see like a semicircular edge where the rain is lighter beyond that point and heavier nearer to the bar. It looks like a much smaller version of the border of the snow effect that was going on until very recently, but this time concentrated on the bar.
As they approach, once again, we are alone, yes?
There's no one sitting outside apart from you guys.
He'll flick his cigarette to his lips again and take another deep drag, and he'll let the smoke come, he'll exhale it through his nostrils as he'll say, "Lovely evening, is it not?"
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It is fair, I suppose.
He will look at you and he will say in Japanese, "Indeed, but we are used to better weather."
Yes, we are.
Where are my manners? We haven't offered introduction. He will stand and he will bow. He will bow first to the lady, and then he will bow first to Jewel, and then he will bow to Samantha.
I see how it is. It's not considered a lady.
He will say, "My name is Shaishio no Kage. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
Oh, hi, I'm Sam. It's nice to meet you too.
Jewel will bow. I am called Jewel.
Okay.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Do either of you have Streetwise?
Yes.
Would you like to roll me some intellect Streetwise?
I want to say I have 1 dot, surprisingly enough. Actually, no, not surprisingly. I feel like you learn things about the street when you literally get murked in the streets.
You're not wrong.
You
Does
learn
Jewel
where not
have
to
any-
go.
Does Jewel have any streetwise or no?
No, I
checking.
do not.
Lol, I actually don't have it. But luckily, it is a talent.
That's fair. If you want to both roll intelligence at a +1, or no, it's standard if you can.
Why not?
Oh, hey, there's 2 successes.
I'm just waiting for Heather to make her roll. You just cannot get a break tonight.
No, I can't.
Damn.
Damn.
Tim, this person is, you wouldn't know the word, but he's essentially a very powerful underworld mafioso style figure connected to the Yakuza.
Well, that's going to be fun. This is that kind of night.
Oh, and allow me to introduce the lotus of my existence, the chrysanthemum of my soul, my darling sister Ikira. How are we pronouncing that again?
Ikiro?
Ikira, there we go. My darling sister Ikira.
Oh, hi, Kiro. My name's Sam. It's nice to meet you.
Hello, Sam. Wonderful to meet you. She'll actually just kind of extend her hand for a handshake, because, Sam's not, yeah.
Yeah, Sam will shake Ikirio's hand.
I hope you both are having a pleasant evening.
At that point, crack of lightning.
It has been
My.
pleasant enough.
It would seem Grandfather Thunder wishes his voice to be heard this evening.
It starts hailing, like hailstoning as soon as you say those words.
Are we still somewhat protected by whatever magical Wujimigu this place clearly has next to it?
Well,
No, you're getting drenched. You're getting drenched and hailstoned.
Yeah, no.
You have no weather protection.
Yeah, from what you
Give
were
me a
told,
moment.
it's actively worse near the bar.
Yeah.
My apologies. I completely misconstrued that. Give me a second.
It's like worse inside a circular radius of about 5 to 6 meters out from the bar.
Hey, I'll re-roll that one. Oh no, I don't need to. I'm not adding the correct difficulty. Aha, I'm a fucking moron. Difficulty 5, not difficulty 6.
Might be
go down
because you
now.
keep dying. But,
I mean... Rumble.
Look, man, I'm just telling you, stop dying. You'll be fine.
Anthony, let me phrase it like this. He's not wet at all.
Right.
He just basically did an entropy effect. So there's there is a small piece of slating that is just dropped down, and it is in some way diverting the rain off him.
Okay, so you're doing an entropy effect to avoid being wet.
Yes.
Okay, basically, you will all feel a series of very strange, the wind keeps shifting from one side to the other, and that combined with the position of slates above and the position of a slightly leaky drain, the rain is not landing on him, but you hear a clunk, and this trickle of water, as though someone's pouring it out of a bottle, comes right out of the drain and lands directly on Ikiro's head. Just this constant stream of water.
Oh God, he's running it like the ripple effect. That
He's
shit comes
going-
around to somebody else.
He's going to very calmly, without really missing a beat, grab his sister by the waist and put her sitting in his lap where it's nice and dry.
She is now dry. However, she can still see that stream of water pouring about 2 feet next to them. Basically, all the rain that would have fallen on them is now being concentrated to that one stream of water.
So, I ponder something. He'll smile up at them and he'll say, "What is it that you do for fun, Sam?"
Oh, well, I play Overwatch sometimes. I like Overwatch. A lot of free time noise. I spend it at the Hindu temples worshiping and all that. Even though it's mostly a personal thing.
May I ask
People-
something?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Where did you get that scar?
Oh, I had a really bad run-in with someone a long time ago.
I see. It is good to see that you are all better.
Yeah. Thank you.
She smiles.
I contemplate something, sister. She spends her time. He'll say, kind of jostling you ever so slightly on his lap, so you know that you're looking at each other's faces. And he'll look up and he'll say, "I contemplate something, sister. One of them worships at a Hindu temple. You said, she says, yeah, that is correct, Miss Sam."
Yeah, more or less.
Euthanatos.
And this is that kind of day. Okay.
It would turn out I was right.
As usual, brother.
Of course. In that case, we shall do the proper introductions. Allow me to introduce myself again. My name is, as I have said, Saishio no Kage. No Kage, my apologies. I am the Airborne Dragon of sorry. I am the Airborne Dragon of the Akashic Brotherhood. This darling creature is my sister, Ikiro, the Ivory Dragon of the Akashic. It's charming to make your acquaintance.
Well, it's certainly nice to meet both of you more, I guess, officially?
Perhaps we should not speak of such things such blatantly in a place like this. So open.
Yes. Perhaps
You're
it
right.
would be best if we took this conversation indoors.
Of course. He'll kind of...
At this point, as you say those words, I have to ask, does anyone have any sort of entropy site currently active?
Yep.
I do not.
Okay. Anyone except Devon?
Spirit and Prime. Spirit and Prime.
Tim?
Nope.
Okay. Evan, you will perceive this. The rest of you will not. The falling rain and hailstones are seemingly not falling. They're moving aside to form a very thin line, an area of maybe 2 or 3 inches across, and going about 100 to 200 yards long, and going all the way as high as the sky, where there is no rain or hail falling. It is a line going from sideshow off into the distance towards a building. So, as I say, roughly 200 yards away.
Okay. What kind of roll should I make to ascertain what that is or might be, etc.?
That would be that I would say that's probably going to be. That would probably be intelligence occult. I would say.
Okay.
To be able to recognize precisely what sort of magical structure is being made. Diff 6 at one success will be it because it's fairly obvious once you know what you're looking at.
Those ones, though. I'm going to spend the willpower to reroll the diff 7. Oi. Oi. That's 3 successes. 4 if my spec in... Sorry, 4 in my spec in Scholarly will apply.
It will not, but you're able to work it out with 3 successes. It is fairly obviously the sort of thing that a sniper would use if they wanted to clear a line through bad weather. At this point,
Okay.
Evan,
Mhm.
I'm now going to make a roll.
Mhm.
I apologize, as I feel
If it
I'm
helps,
morally I
Hmm?
feel I am morally obligated to apologize.
That's
Yeah,
entirely fine.
no, because if you're about to shoot him, you're probably going to hit Ikuro.
She is sitting on my lap.
Yes, the sniper will not care.
I can bring it here for a good time, not a long one.
All right,
Okay.
Anthony, are you active? Are you actively trying to shoot me?
Yes, a sniper is going to actively make the attempt to put a bullet through you.
It's going to be
That
difficulty
means
9 to
shooting
shoot me.
Okay, in that case.
Well, hang on. It's if it's a standard difficulty 6 to shoot me, add 3 to it, whatever the result is.
Yeah, in that case, no successes.
Cool.
You it was close, but you got a 1 to cancel out the success that would have hit you. So basically, the bullet will fly. You will see it rocket through that path. You will see it get just close to you, and then slightly veer off, and clang! It hits the wall about maybe 10 centimeters above your head.
Very calmly, he's going to this doesn't seem to phase him at all. I'll let the other people break their shit in a second. He'll lean up and kiss his sister's cheek, and he'll say, "People, they need to make better attempts if they want to kill me."
Evan, okay, I need to ask: are you going to stay there?
No, he is going to
Yeah.
stand up. He just kissed his sister's cheek before he does.
Yeah, Sam currently is looking for the shooter.
Because you are well aware of, and as an underworld figure, you have maybe 5 to 6 seconds before a good sniper can reload his rifle and re-ascertain the target.
Yep, absolutely. So he's basically going to stand and he's going to deposit his sister so she's safely on her feet, and he's going to basically duck and cover.
Okay,
Jewel is going to take Sam and move her inside the building.
Evan,
Mhm.
yeah, you're the one with the entropy sight. You've just seen a flaring of entropy magic, some distance away on top of a building, about 180 feet away.
Okay. You know what? That actually makes sense. He'll grab his sister's hand, but he's not going to run. He's going to very calmly walk into the bar.
Yeah, that incidentally, that flaring of magic, you can tell it was mechanically it was a botched casting roll. That's what I'm
Ooh,
saying.
poor bastard.
That's why I'm saying you can see the flaring of entropy magic. You know exactly where the shooter is.
Actually, you know what? He'll kiss his sister on the forehead and he'll say, "Do you mind if I'm back in a handful of moments?"
Take your time, but don't die. You know how much that annoys me.
I'm aware. And Anthony, it's within my visual range.
It was before you ducked into the building.
I know. He'll just turn back around quickly on his heel. All I need to do is be able to see it.
Oh yeah. The flaring, you know based on where the flaring was, roughly where it is. You can. It's on the corner of a roof, about approximately 180 feet down the street.
he will basically do a quick martial arts mudra, moving his hands over and back, kind of, feeling the power. The shadows where he's standing will deepen. Well, that is if he succeeds in the bloody roll, they will deepen, and basically he'll thrust forward with his hand, and I'll just see if I get the successes I need. Yeah, 2 successes is more than enough. Anthony, basically, he uses correspondence 3 and pops himself right up to where the attack came from.
Okay, you appear instantly, and I do mean instantly, you're going to feel violently ill. Like, you're not going to throw up, but it feels like someone's just viciously, like, started doing multiple punches into the gut. It's a horrific feeling.
Cool.
You also feel your entropy. Any standing effects that you currently have, you feel them basically fail. They're not dispelled, but you feel them lose effectiveness.
That's fair. Can I assume this is the result of the hilarious botch this moron just had?
No, this is because there is, in fact, like, you can feel a paradigm ward around where you've just materialized.
Impressive.
Incidentally, you can see a man in body armor, like his fingers, like you can see ripped in his gloves, and you can estimate that's probably the result of the botch that this guy had. That his actual equipment started to tear itself apart. He's like using a keypad device and desperately typing in numbers. And each time this light flashes, you can again see a very minor pulse of entropy power telling you his spell is working as he's desperately typing in figures. And then he notices you when you speak.
Good afternoon. Smash his hand. Basically, because all of my effects will fail, the sword that he wears on his hip will be visible. It's normally not. It's normally clouded from people's minds. But he will bring the sword. He won't unsheath the sword. So he'll just bring the sword down in its sheath in an overhead smash onto his hands.
The man who is only wearing fabric gloves will immediately squeal, drop the thing he's holding, and like back off, desperately trying to like shake his hands to get feeling back in them.
Oh, no. When I say that, because I use Do as a martial art, all of my attacks, believe it or not, do lethal. Even if I'm using a weapon, because I'm using an actual path of Do to do that. So I may have just... it's up to you, whatever you want to do it. I was trying to just take his hand.
I'm making a point. You realize immediately that should have broken his hands, but it appears not to have done. It's hurt his hands, but it hasn't broken them. And that stands out as weird to you immediately.
You know, my masters taught me something when dealing with technocrats. You'll unsheathe the sword. When you break their toys, they tend not to function as well.
He, like, as soon as you draw the sword, he smacks like a thing on his wrist, and just shouts out the words, "Reality Deviant CC1 target compromise." At which point, there's a shimmering blue light, and the man vanishes.
He'll flick his hair, kind of perturbed.
Question: do you have any sort of life, matter, or prime site currently active? Or is it purely entropy? I will give. If you don't have them active, I will give you the option of choosing to activate them now, just to check if he's still around. Yeah,
I'll basically do a combined effect to knock on those sites, because he's got effect. Because he doesn't have any effects hanging him on him at the moment. He will.
All of your originally active sites. Your entropy site has also failed, incidentally.
That's fair. He'll once again whisper a mudra saying that he'll whisper a mudra saying that, you know, in the eyes of Buddha, no one is from the eyes of compassion. In the eyes of the Dharma, no one is hidden, to lower his diff. And
bear in mind, this is going to classify as a vulgar with witnesses effect.
Okay. That's still per N20 only one paradox, unless I botch the roll.
Yeah, but it will involve an increased diff, so keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, so that would be 4 plus so that would be 4, 5, 6. Using a foci would bring it to 5, and screw it, I'll drop 2 quint into it to lower it to 3.
Okay.
And I'll take the... But, hey, Kim, we take a point of paradox.
I mean, we were gonna already take some paradox when you freaking teleported over there.
No, we
And-
weren't, because it's a joint route. It's called pulling a Batman. When you basically cause shadows to surround you, when you do it, it's coincidental. I don't know why, but it is.
That's odd.
I'll rule it's only coincidental if you're like running into something people could reasonably expect you to vanish from. If you're just making shadows appear.
Yeah, in that case, so far we've taken 2 paradox.
Well, we took more because I opened some of those portals earlier, yo.
Oh yeah, no. So we're on 3 paradox.
Right. In that case, I think you have 2 successes there.
Yeah, so that should be enough to whack on the sites and to whack on the relevant sites and to put it onto the seed.
You can see a man standing up, like in the process of drawing a handgun. He is invisible to mundane perception.
Okay, that's fine. Do I get to make an attack against him, or does he have the turn, or how is this working?
At the moment, he is in the process of drawing his weapon and does not seem to realize you can see him. You have this route. You have this turn before he can level his gun at you and attempt to shoot you in the face.
Okay, cool. Basically, very calmly, he's going to kind of jump up, knock his foot off the wall, so he kind of gets momentum. And he's going to bring his sword crashing down in a sideways-handed blow on the wrists. He's trying to take him alive, basically, but not in a pleasant way.
Okay, you're trying to cut the man's hands off.
Yes.
Okay,
there's another reason he wants his hands.
Yeah, that's going to require a difficulty 8, since his hands are currently like in his pocket, pulling out a gun.
Oh no! Okay,
they're not
okay, cool.
Out or anything.
In that case, can I wait until he basically because I see him? Can I wait until he's bringing the gun up to shoot?
Yes, but at that point, he is going to be like you won't have a surprise action at that point.
Okay, cool. Fuck it. I'll just. I saw him typing, which means the hand he was typing with is his main hand, basically his dominant hand. So that's the hand I'm going to basically whack at while it's in its.
Yeah, he's got that hand to his side. You see him pop open a holster. That hand is on the gun as he's drawing it out.
Cool. Once again, I apologize. This is taking time, people. I will bring you back into the scene when I'm physically able to. 8. You said difficulty 7, yeah?
Difficulty 8 because his hand is like around the side of him.
That's
Unless
fair.
Want to change position to actually like
with dough because of the actual dough ability, which is I think it's called Master of Arms or something like that. It drops the difficulty of all your melee rolls with specific weapons by 1. And this is one of my quote-unquote specific weapons, so it'll be diff 7. You'll roll his 8 dice. Holy mother of sweet zombie Jesus.
5 successes.
His specialty in katana will count, I assume.
If the weapon is a katana, yes.
It is a katana, in fact.
Then yes, 6 successes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm probably just going to bisect this motherfucker by mistake.
No, because of the number of successes and how precise you were trying to be. The blade flicks up. You manage to like follow the line of his leg up, and from going from the inside out, sever his hand that was on the gun. He did not see that coming. But you do notice that there is no blood.
Sorry, I tell you what. Why don't we flick back to the bar for a few moments because I feel bad that I'm monopolizing time.
Yes, the rest of you have just seen the weird Asian man vanish, and then, at that point, you heard a slight shout in the distance of "Ah!" Apart from that, you haven't seen or heard anything. So, what have you been doing?
This is a populated bar, right?
Inside there are people like drinking and like watching football and the like, but they don't appear to be paying any attention.
Wait. They didn't respond to the gunshot?
Nope.
Is this?
That's super weird.
I'm amazed that none of you asked that question earlier. No, no one noticed. In fact, bear in mind, there are people walking up and down the street, like within eye line. None of them reacted either.
Okay, interesting.
All right.
I think with that in mind, I think Sam's idealist nature is going to be kicking in because homeboy's just firing a gun, populated areas and shit. She's going to be making her way out, looking for that gunman.
Okay. What sites do you have up, if any?
I don't have any sights. Although
that
gunshot is pretty fucking loud.
yes, but the sound is now long since past.
Well, I had said that I was going to be looking for him earlier, but I wasn't given the roll or nothing, so I didn't want to talk over anybody.
In that case, if you would like to make a perception alertness roll, I will also allow a perception awareness roll if you want to try and like sense any magic wuzzy goo that might give you an indication.
Yeah, I'm going to do both of those. I'm going to do the perception alertness first.
Okay.
With 2 on the perception alertness, and now we're going to do perception awareness. It's a straight fail on perception awareness.
Okay, you can detect no magical wuzz, but with your perception alertness, you're able to roughly estimate that it came from down the street, somewhere along those buildings, around 175 to 200 feet away. You've got the general correct area.
All right. Sam's going to start. Sorry.
I am going to say that as you get closer to the building, if you're looking up at the roof or at the high windows, you will be able to spot you'll be able to spot Saisho, like standing up there, katana in hand, having a fight.
Okay, yeah, because she would have been looking up in the higher buildings since she's figuring this was a sniper. She doesn't know, though.
So you will
All
be
she
able
knows,
to
she has no doubts in firearms. She is going off of action movie logic right now.
Oh yeah, bear in mind, I know very little about firearms, and I'm working largely on movie logic. So movie
Evan,
logic
no, it
works.
was like earlier today when somebody was asking Evan complex legalese questions. It might have been Sam, and Evan's response was, "I know about as much law as Law and Order has taught me."
Yeah, no,
Yes.
Sam having a lot. It was going to be great. I was going to rely entirely on theology, which, yeah, no.
By the way, sorry, Anthony, what kind of building am I on top of?
It's just an old commercial. I don't know if you have them in Dublin. It's basically it's an old one of the buildings, like very much like the one that you can see for the confession box, is like the lower floor is a shop and the upper floor is like flats, and then the uppermost level is just like an open roof space with a couple of air vents and some air conditioning units.
And Kim, just to be fucked up, because this is going to be deeply fucked up, through the mental link, you can kind of get the perception he's fighting something or his mind is focused, but he's going to send a little note, which is basically, my darling one, I'm about to have a present for you.
Just kind of send back. I love presents. I can't wait.
So, seeing as Sam has just run off, Joel will turn to Ichiro. Your brother is more than capable of handling himself, is he not?
I believe so. And if he is not, well, there are ways to fix that. We can begin heading over there if you wish. I know.
I think that would be wise. I do not want to be responsible for the death of an apprentice that is not my own.
He is not an apprentice.
I was not speaking of your brother.
Hashtag the most extra Thanatos in the city.
I'd like to put out yep. Yep, that I was going to say we should name the scene that he's not he's not an apprentice. I wasn't talking about him. Heather, mark an extra 1 XP on your sheet for the line of the session.
Okay.
I admit something. Kim is really tired, and I didn't get that. I feel bad.
It's okay, Kim. Do you need love?
I just want to know who she directed that at because I'm so tired. I can't figure it out.
Okay, basically she was making the joke that Tim might die.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Like I said, it's like 2 in the morning. Tired. My apologies. I'll just kind of smile and nod and say, okay. Well, if you don't mind following me, I'm sure I can ask
Not
him.
at all. And she will follow you through. She has a suspicion that she would know exactly where her brother is.
Would be very correct. Yeah. So did Sam just run off already over to the building?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess.
So you can probably follow Sam.
I mean, yeah, but you also have a dot in correspondence. So a lovely twin souls thing.
Oh, you know where I am, don't you?
Yes. I do. Because you got correspondence. And it's weird. Fucking twin souls.
By the way, Anthony, quick important question. So I've literally dishanded this person.
You have taken off one of his hands, yes.
Has this fight basically gone to the cinematic at this point, or are we still like actual doing rolls and shit?
Still doing rolls, because you will notice pretty much immediately that this man's, at least his hand, like the outer layer of it looks fleshy, but it's very immediately obvious that it's a robotic arm, because there's like circuits and sparky bits where you've severed it.
Yep.
At which point he will let out a scream, and it is ear-piercing. At which point he will immediately fall to the ground. Just clunk. Seemingly dead.
Huh. He will. I've knocked on my entropy side again. Is he dead?
You can, with your entropy site restored, because I'm going to say that you moved away from the thing that was generating the paradigm ward. You can see he is maybe 20% organic, and the organic bits are dead.
Okay.
But there is also a really big bit in the center of him that is getting not quite weeping, but a good word for it would be decaying rapidly.
Oh mother. Okay. He's actually going to send through his mental link to his sister. It's about to explode. Find cover. I don't know how big this is going to be.
Okay, so she's going to. Oh my god, she's gonna go to the only cover she thinks she can go to. So she's just gonna kind of look over at Jewel and just kind of say, "Do you mind taking a small trip with me for a moment?"
I think
I guess not.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I suppose not.
Wonderful. Yeah, so I'm gonna just I'm gonna open a gateway to the Shadowlands.
Oh my god.
The gauntlet rating is probably about a 6 or a 7 here.
Okay.
And here's how we started out the second part of the Himalayan Wars in Dublin, guys.
She asked! She did!
To be fair, we had Jackie in the Shadowlands earlier. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I do feel the need to ask, Kim, how far away are you approximately from the building?
We said it was about 180 feet. So
when they started walking, yeah, that's my point.
I mean,
they've been traveling.
Okay, to be fair, because there was like what 3 or 4 rounds of combat. That's not a
Yeah.
lot of time at all. So this
Yeah,
was all happening like simultaneously. So
Yeah,
I'm
roughly so.
assuming like we had just started walking over there a few seconds before he said it was going to explode.
Okay, in that case.
So
yeah,
I
you're
mean,
5 to 1.
honestly, yeah.
Gauntlet 6 in this situation. Had you gotten too close, you would have been hit by an increased gauntlet. Because they don't want him getting away from this.
We'll kind of think about it. And the last time she brought someone to the Shadowlands, he was at like 1 health level. It was probably best not to bring somebody else. So she'll just kind of say, "Oh, change of plans. Why don't we go away? It's apparently about to explode."
It's about to explode. What's about to explode?
The man.
Oh my god. I'm going to have to explain this
My brother told
to
me.
my superiors.
Kim, we're about to take another paradox.
It's fine, bring it.
Okay. He will basically, Anthony, he will chant a mudra saying that, all paths are open to he who can follow his dharma, etc. The kind of traditional Buddhist malarkey. He's going to spend another quintessence. So he's using his foci, custom foci, in the form of both the mudra and the Anolian saying. And he's going to spend the quintessence to drop it down to difficulty 4. And you know what? Because I don't want to die, I'm going to spend a willpower. Okay. Okay. So Anthony, level with me here. I have the ability to now teleport to practically anywhere anywhere I've been to.
Yeah.
Would it be safe to just teleport to somewhere within perception distance, or should I go further?
You can reasonably assume, given the fact that this is clearly a technocracy device,
Mm-hmm.
and you're in a populated area, that if you can get to like as far as your line of sight, you're going to be okay. You cannot be certain of this by any means, but it's a reasonable assumption based on what you know.
In that case, he'll teleport about to a building just on the periphery of his sight, because that's only one success to teleport within your immediate perception.
Okay. In that case,
I'll point out. He'll pop arcane, and then he'll do it, because fucked up, I want to be on every security camera in existence.
Yeah, I'll just do a quick description then. What you see, and weirdly enough, only the mages will see this. The mundane population have no idea. There is a flash, and Evan, with your entropy sight, you can see this. Like a outward rushing ball, like a sphere of expanding entropy energy, charged with other spheres, incidentally. So, charged with life, matter, prime. These begin to rush outward. It stops after maybe approximately 100 feet and just dissipates. Now, if you go back to that building, you will notice there is no longer a trace of the sniper, his bullet, or anything. It's all gone. Though there has been no damage to buildings or people or anything else. It's just on the rooftop.
Is Samira okay? Because she must be getting pretty close to the building.
Yeah, am I okay? I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, were you within 100 feet?
I'm not sure how fast how.
Okay, how fast are you able to run?
Movement speed in World of Darkness is a very Lovecraftian thing.
Hey, okay. I think it's your dex plus your wits plus something else.
No, it's your dex plus your athletics, and then it's times something.
Hold on, I'll look it up. Give me a second.
We apologize. No one ever brings up relevant movement speeds in World of Darkness. It's,
Yeah,
can I get close enough to hit them this turn? Yes or no?
If it means anything, my dex and athletics is 5.
Your combined dex athletics?
Yes.
Okay.
Get it?
All right, let's see. Moonpaths, Morrison, Mount, Mutual. For fuck's sake, World of Darkness.
You had one job, Book. One job.
You had one job, General Index. It's just to tell me how the fuck to do this.
Okay. I've got it pulled up.
Okay.
Bless you.
Running is 20 plus 3 times dexterity and yards per turn.
Oh, yeah, that's like 35. Her movement speed is 35.
Okay.
Oh dear.
That-
Considering you said it was 180 feet away.
Yeah, and you were running for about 4 or 5 rounds. Yeah, you are easily within the range.
I do have some slipstream. Basically, an HP2 effect that makes me more difficult to hit.
Well, let's say it's an outrushing ball of energy. It's not targeted. It's anything within range is going to get kablamied.
I mean, damn, at that point, like the technocracy just trying to wipe out a good portion of the city. Or at least
That's
block.
that's the thing. The way it's been designed to work is very, very specific.
Oh my god, I know what they've done.
What do you think they've done, Heather?
Oh lordy.
Go on, what do you think they've done?
They've heated it to affect things with avatars.
Not quite, but close. They've done it to specifically affect enlightened or awakened beings who do not have a technocratic paradigm. What is your paradigm, Tim?
Not technocratic.
Precisely.
He probably would still get. Is this a blast? Because we actually have rules actually called avoiding the blast.
It's an outward rushing ball. Do you have entropy sight up, Tim?
No entropy sight, but again, I do have that.
The problem is it's not perceivable without certain sights up. It's not an actual. The thing is, it's not an explosive blast. It's an outrushing sphere of energy designed to do a specific thing. That's why it's not affecting the mundanes and why they're not reacting to it.
The question becomes, how bad is it?
Okay, Tim.
Yes.
Are you able to soak lethal damage?
Nope.
In that case, take 6 lethal.
Oh no! I'm just like to point out. I saw that roll. That roll made me sad to my life. Holy crap! I'm just gonna say, if 10's doubled on damage, you'd be dead several times over.
Yeah.
Get it.
So yeah, basically,
Oh boy.
Evan, from your perspective, he got hit with this wave of power. You saw it surge through his flesh, and then he fell to the ground. He's not dead, but man, did that hurt.
How does that physically manifest itself as injuries on him?
Yeah, I'm very curious about that.
It's going to manifest as internal damage.
Ooh, fun.
So yes, Tim, start coughing up blood. Now would be the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's happening.
Because it was designed to not appear obvious.
So it just looks like she goes into a really bad coughing fit.
Well, the amount of damage you're taking, it basically looks like you're having some sort of seizure. Or some sort of collapsing fit or something along those lines. There are people who are coming over, like mundane people are coming over going, "Are you okay, dear?" They're very confused.
I don't think she can. I don't know if she can respond or not.
You can probably like gasp the words "ambulance, please." But
However, we do have a Kim and a Heather who would be quite much closer. By the way, as I'm casually kind of getting down from the building where I teleported to, he will send through his link to his sister. I assume that you are still well.
Oh, yes. Myself and Miss Jewel are perfectly fine.
It would be a novel experience if it was me who had to bring you back this time.
Then you'd know how it felt.
What of the other one?
We assumed she was with you. She ran
She is
off.
not. Damn. She must be on the path somewhere. Make sure that she is at least stable. It would not look well if an Akashic, if a Euthanatoid died defending an Akashic.
At this point, you're all going to hear it. Evan, I don't know the noise off the top of my head because I know it differs in certain countries.
It's our sirens are the same as yours.
Okay, basically, you're going to hear an ambulance siren pull up. Like Evan, from your vantage point, you can see an ambulance pull up. It appears to have arrived fairly rapidly, but you never know. Maybe it was passing.
That sounds hella sketch.
Oh yes, but you never know. It's going to pull up, and two people are going to get out with a stretcher and immediately begin like strapping down Samara to it. They're getting ready to take her off to the hospital.
The he'll say the Indian girl must not be taken by them. This is too causal.
Yep, Tim, from your perspective, you are here. They're saying to you things like, "It's okay, ma'am. We'll have you back at the hospital as soon as possible. You'll be okay. Keep looking at me. Keep talking to me. Okay." And they're shining light in your eyes. They appear to be real ambulance people. They're doing everything professionally.
Okay. As someone who kind of a little bit deals with that, it does take them a bit of time because they have to check vitals and everything first before they just kind of pick them up. So there is going to be time we have to get over there because it's not just like they pull up onto the scene, they see the person, they put the stretcher down, and they put them on there. They have to check and make sure they're stabilized.
No. I'm saying that is exactly what they've done. They've put her straight on the stretcher and loaded her up. They'll do it once she is in the ambulance. They start doing the vital test then. But if any of your characters have medical knowledge, that was in the wrong order.
Yeah, that was not right because if her neck was broken,
no.
Guys, I do have my character does have medical knowledge. Can I get in?
Yeah, you will have noticed that they strapped you down awfully quick, and the straps they've used are awfully strong. And shouldn't they have checked you for vitals before they put you on the stretcher?
Yeah, no, In Europe, do you have the right to refuse medical service?
Not if it's not if it's a life or death emergency. They are obligated to treat you.
All right. In that case, they're just going to shut the doors. Once you're inside, you'll hear clunk clunk as the doors are shut, and then they start taking your vital. The rest of you have maybe 2 rounds to get to that ambulance as fast as fucking possible because the driver's already making his way, and he's clearly on the verge of jogging to get to the door as quickly as he can.
I'm gonna have to open the book for this.
There's a book.
Yeah.
Yes,
no.
because I forget if I have the right level for it or not.
I'm just gonna I gotta do a couple of things right quick. Firstly, to basically confirm that, yes, this is a technocracy capture.
You are able to guess based on your medical knowledge and based on what's been happening and based on the sudden injury you took. If this isn't a technocratic capture effort, then it's the biggest coincidence you've ever heard of.
Yeah, if the doors are being shut, then what do I need to do to get out of these? Again, I do have that entropy effect up. It does make it more difficult to hit me. I don't know if we can assist with basically getting out of these restraints.
Your magic feels weird. You can, if you have forces, you can use that to amplify your strength in an effort to get out. But it's going to require about 6 successes to be able to rip, because these are those heavy-duty Velcro securing straps that they use in mental hospitals.
Okay, well, my other question is, did they disarm me? I didn't hear anything about that.
No, they have not apparently made any effort to disarm you. They appear to be assuming their straps and the fact you are severely wounded will, for the moment, restrain you. Though you do get though you are fairly certain that you maybe have a few seconds before they notice that they haven't disarmed you and make the process of disarming.
Okay, yeah, no, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut my way out of this bitch.
Okay, what are you using to cut your way out?
She has a knife on her, a knife that she always has on her.
Okay, where is it positioned on your body?
It would be in her pocket, which I assume if
I'm
she was
trying to
struck
figure out if
down.
you'd actually be able to reach it.
I mean,
As somebody who's worked in a mental institution, yes, they can.
yeah, like because her hands would be pretty much right next to her pocket. She just have to move her hands inside.
Okay, yes, you were able to get the knife out.
Sorry, Heather has given us an oh boy, so something might be happening.
Yeah. So Anthony.
Yes.
I I have a magical effect to roll.
Okay.
I
I would like you to bear in mind that whatever you are doing is going to qualify as a vote go with witnesses.
Oh yes, I'm aware. As a matter of fact, I have the chart up for it now.
Because on OC point, that thing actually is a technocratic capture vehicle, and it does in fact have a paradigm ward built into it, designed to
That's
ensure.
really smart. Actually,
Yes.
that's really smart.
Yes. They want to make sure that when they capture a mage, he cannot just ram his way out of there.
So don't really have any idea how serious the situation is or what's going on.
No, Sam has a pretty good idea, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, Jewel does not.
Oh, Jewel does. Okay.
However, she has heard the ambulance.
Yep.
And she knows the direction it was likely headed in.
Yep.
So, what Jewel is going to do is to try and create a. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm sorry. So Jewel is going to use the control probability route.
Yep.
There's still vehicles passing and pedestrians walking, whatnot.
Yep.
She's going to try and tip the odds of a vehicle accident happening within close proximity.
Okay. Based on what's built into this ambulance, that's going to require no fewer than 5 successes in effect.
Oh boy.
But if you can manage that, then yes, an accident will happen within the next roughly half mile.
It would have to be an extended effect for that to happen, which is something that I am prepared to do.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you keep casting it, as long as they remain roughly within line of sight, you'll be able to.
Alrighty. Okie dokie here.
That will, however, mean you've only got about 4 to 5 rounds before they will have turned the corner and be out of line of sight.
Yeah.
So if you can get at least 1 success per round for the next 5 rounds, like, you've managed it.
Alrighty, because I've gotta budget some shit now. Okay. Here we go. So this would be at a beast difficulty of 7. I am using an instrument to drop that down to 6, and I will spend a point of quintessence to drop that down to 4. And what people will see is Jewel will remove what looks like a small, very old coin. With one of the coins that has a hole in the center. And in the center of that coin is a small crystal. And she will give it a flip. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, that's 2 successes with the willpower, makes 3.
Okay. So 2 more successes.
Yep.
You need.
Hold on a second, Nova. And I will also spend a point of quintessence and a point of willpower on this roll, if you'll allow it, Anthony.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
And that's 3 more successes.
Okay. In that case, you are able to guarantee that within the next half mile, that ambulance is going to have a vehicle accident. It's going to stop in it 2 or 3 minutes down the road. Crash! As the thing plows into a lamppost. When you get there, if you actually ask people, they will say that a motorbike was going turned into the wrong lane, and the ambulance had to swerve, and in the bad conditions, it slipped and collided with the lamppost.
What happened inside of the van or the ambulance rather?
Yeah, inside of the ambulance, you have just begun soaring away at this quite thick leather strap that's being used to hold you down. You get about a third of the way through when the crash happens.
Okay.
You will have to make a Dex Athletics roll just to be able to keep hold of the knife, otherwise it will fly out of your hand. Because you were not expecting the sudden kaslam that just happened. Incidentally, the technocrat who is in the back with you has just fallen over because they weren't expecting it either.
That's legit. I have 2 successes to hold on to my knife.
You've been able to cling on to your knife and keep soaring while the technocrat is trying to get back to her feet.
All right. Is there any way we can? I don't know what kind of role it is to speed this process along to see if she can't get up out of this piece ASAP, so that way she can. Well,
You could,
back.
since it is held on with Velcro, like it's held down by a fairly significant section of Velcro strapping. If you could worm your knife into the area of the Velcro and use that like to just run your knife through, you wouldn't have to cut. Then you'd be able to like peel off the Velcro with the end of your knife.
Awesome. She'll do that then.
Okay, that will require another Dex Athletics score because that's actually more difficult, dexterity-wise. It will take far less time and require less desperate like slicing.
Okay. Do we have a diff on that?
And that will be difficulty 6.
All right. Let's let it run. What's the worst that can happen?
And obviously, once you've got the one hand free, you can easily reach over and undo the other one.
Awesome. That is 2 successes.
Yep, you're able in like a few seconds to like and get enough off that you're able to fight your way out, like tug your way out of it, and reach over and begin doing the other one. Around that time is when the woman has gotten to her feet, and she's going, "Oh no, you don't!"
Popping this bitch in the face.
Yeah, she actually will like start. She'll actually be reaching, those extendable police batons. She draws one. She draws one from underneath a little workbench and is in the process of flicking it to full extension.
All right. So while she's doing that, what she's going to do is she's not going for a kill. She's going for a knockout shot. A good hit in the solar plexus is good enough. Does a little bit of extra damage, right? And it's still bashing, not lethal.
I would say so. Yes.
Awesome. She's going to hit there then.
Okay. This woman it's going to be like diff 5 to hit because this woman is actively like coming at you.
Oh, awesome. My martial arts maneuver is already diff 5. Does it go down to 4?
Yeah, diff 4.
Sweet. Oh, Jesus. That's 6 successes?
Yeah, you collide with this woman. There's a deep poof, and suddenly she falls to the ground, clutching her chest. She's dropped the baton. It was about halfway extended.
Awesome. For the sake of me being kosher, I would have spent a willpower to ignore the wound penalties. I am sorry about that, Anthony.
That's fine. I understand.
Okay.
So you've spent a willpower to avoid wound penalties. I assume you immediately like reach over, unstrap your arm, unstrap the leg restraints, and proceed to start getting up.
Yep.
Okay. You are still a bit unsteady, even like without the wound penalties, because like everything's just been sort of knocked about. But there's no one else in the back. You are able to get to the door fairly easily.
Alrighty. Arcane is up, has been up pretty much since the shot went off.
Yep.
Just gonna get up on.
I am now going to point out. You reach out, you grab the door, you like try to open the door. Door won't open.
Alrighty then. Looks like it's time to fuck with it a little bit.
Just as a question, are you going to search the woman by any chance?
Yeah, probably. She at least wants
Okay.
a police baton, because that's cool as fuck.
Yeah. All right. When you searched her, you took the baton and you found a pair of keys.
Sweet. Unlocking this fucking door. Also, I'm taking this bitch's baton. Fuck that baton. It's my baton now.
Yep. Upon later examination, if you're able to recognize it, you will discover that baton has a premium core.
Oh, shit!
It gives 1 die of automatic counter magic.
Oh, shit. That's fucking baller.
Yes, it's designed to help with the capture of mages. Of course, it has counter magic.
All I'm saying is, as long as it ain't the good death, I can be a petty bitch.
Yep. So as a consequence, you're able to get yourself out, climb out from the back of the ambulance, presumably hide the baton because they're technically not legal.
Wait, batons aren't legal in the UK? Seriously?
Not in civilian hands.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm sitting over here on my
So-
Second Amendment privileges, man.
Yes. You get yourself down, like presumably stuff it up your sleeve or something,
Yeah, for sure.
and start getting out of there.
Uh-huh.
Your friends will not take long to reach you.
Woo!
How much of a steaming wreck is the ambulance?
Let me put it this way. You know where the engine block is?
Yeah.
Well, it's been with the lamp post started. It is now like up against the window, so the entire engine has basically been crunched in half. Because it was going at something of a clip when it collided. Because they did not want to hang about, essentially.
That is entirely fair.
Incidentally, neither of the drivers are dead, but they are unconscious. So yes, you guys within about a minute or so, you guys meet up again.
Yep.
Very calmly, he's going to kind of allow his eyes to drift over the ambulance, the smoking ambulance. He's going to look at his sister. He's going to say, "Didn't you do this already this evening?"
Ah, no. Technically, I did not. It was our lovely Mr. Jackie who stole the vehicle.
What you are in fact insinuating is that due to the existence of the Euthanatoy, Dublin City Council is down exactly 2 ambulances.
Indeed.
That is amusing.
Well, perhaps not the city. The technocrats, though. Oh.
Is everyone there?
I would assume so.
Okay. Sam will look to Jewel and say, got like 3 live ones. Like 3. She don't look too good, like at all.
Jewel is going to activate her life sight.
Who are you looking at? I assume.
She's looking at Sam.
Okay. Yes, you're able to see that Sam has some moderate internal bleeding. It's not going to be immediately fatal, but if it's not treated, it could easily be fatal.
Oh, Kim, your life side is still also up because it was up for the scene. It's also up for the week. Thank you, Kim.
Look, I got lucky on my dice rolls, and not my fault.
You say that there are 3 alive in there, correct?
Yeah.
He'll just very casually start walking towards the ambulance.
Does magic still count as vulgar with witnesses, Anthony?
It does at the moment, yes. Though,
Okay.
I will say this. About 30 seconds after you start casting, it no longer, basically you feel a shift in the air. Magic is no longer vulgar with witnesses.
All right.
Anyone with entropy or life sight looking at the ambulance will see that the 3 life signs are rapidly fading. Hello?
Hello.
I don't have any
Hello.
sites. The only site I have up is Owl Sight. It's always active, at least as long as I have a point of lethal damage.
Okay, so got 1 success.
Yeah, this is going to require extended casting anyway.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
Evan, when you get to the ambulance, the person in the back and the 2 people up front are all dead. They appear to have basically drowned in their own blood. Upon investigation, their lungs appear to have basically been ruptured.
He's going to look at his sister and he's going to cock his head to the side. He's going to blink, and he's going to say to her in Enochian, "Are there spirits still here?"
She's just gonna look over.
Anthony, are there rates in residence?
No.
Okay. Sometimes the technocracy do weird things with rates, or they don't have spirits to begin with.
Yeah, to a medical eye, it's been made to look, at least that's your estimation, as though it was basically extreme blunt force trauma. Because there is a massive bruise on the center of the woman's chest, and the two men have both taken extensive bruising to the front of their torsos from their seatbelts and from the impact.
Jewel will look Sam over and tell her, you are bleeding internally. You will need to be treated.
That's why I taste metal. Makes sense.
It shouldn't be fatal.
All right, we can heal it when we get back.
As he'll kind of, look down again, kind of letting his eyes linger over the bodies, he'll say, they more than likely committed suicide. Interesting. He'll hop off the back of the truck, or the back of the ambulance. Say, so it would seem as though whenever we do gather, we tend to have the most interesting conversations. Do you not agree?
It does appear to be that way.
By the way, the police are pulling up.
We should probably go.
Yeah, there are two police cars pulling up to the ambulance.
I believe it's time for us to leave.
There will be a polite nod. And he will say, if you would care to come with us, we can get your friends seen to. I
Deeply appreciate that offer. You have my gratitude. And she will bow as she says that.
He will
Sam
kind of
try to bow. Everything hurts, but she tries.
Very slightly. He will walk. This character's got appearance 3. He's relatively attractive, but what he's going to do is he's going to walk up. He's going to loop Sam's arm around his neck, and he's going to pick her up.
Okay, we're doing that today. There is red on Sam's face. You're not sure if that's blood or blushing, but maybe yeah.
Could be a thing. Could be a thing. And he's going to start walking. Walking. I'm going to see if the police try and stop us.
The police will not try to stop you. You will hear some people in the crowd, as you're walking away, you'll be able to hear one of the police basically say, damned tragedy seekers. Basically, they seem to think that you just got interested in a crashed ambulance and went over to have a peek.
That's kind of apt, though. Let's be fair. I mean, yeah.
And you'll hear one of them over the radio say, yes, you're going to need to send a recovery truck. This thing's fucked. Click. Something that will stand out. I assume... Yeah. Tim, where does Sam's medical knowledge come from?
She went to school for it, officially. If that's what she...
Has she ever worked in any ambulance service before? Ambulance or paramedic service?
Not directly. She works for a hospital. So she's worked with ambulance people, more than likely.
Okay, in that case, you will know that the conventional radio etiquette among the police and ambulance services does not describe a crashed ambulance as fucked.
That's fair.
So yeah,
to be fair, this is Ireland. I will point out. I'm pretty sure that we use "fucked" as a medical term in this country.
Oh yeah, but I'm just going to say that Sam's something's not right sense is going to start her spidey sense is tingling.
Oh shit.
he'll look down at the Sam in his arms and he'll say, "Don't worry, you're with me now. You'll be safe."
Can I spend a willpower point to give him side eye? To ignore wound?
Oh, hang on. Shit. His sword is still visible. I'm going to need both the whatchamacallums. I'm going to need both the Euthanatoid to make me perception or to make me intelligence occult rolls.
Intelligence occult rolls. Okay.
Nah, fam.
You don't have a cult?
I have esoterica and I have theology.
Ooh, esoterica.
Just channeling their inner Tony. I love it.
Yeah.
Evan, on that point, since you just mentioned it, I'm going to also point out Sideshow is going to realize as he remembers that his sword is visible. Shouldn't the police have stopped me?
Yeah.
Why haven't they stopped me? I have a sword.
I do have a sword. But yeah, no. So I'm going to need you both. Actually, no. You can either roll esoterica, you can roll occult, or you can roll Akashic lore, whichever you like better.
Tim.
Yes.
Because I am out watching the dog. Can you do me a favor and roll me 4 dice?
Yes.
Standard diff.
I'm going to do Jules roll first. Okay, there's 3 successes for Jewel.
Holy crap, okay.
And then I'll do Esoterica for Sam. Oh, there goes 1 for Sam.
Okay, there's something from Sam's perspective. There's something familiar about this sword. The markings on it. It's like you've seen it in a book before.
All right.
From Jewel's perspective, Jewel, this sword features in very, 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 very old Euthanatoid stories. You've seen its drawing. Basically, it's called. Well, its name literally translates to the tooth of the dragon at the end. The tooth of the dragon who guards the void, which in Japanese translates to Shikiniba no Kana no Sakate Ryu.
Oh boy!
Did that blade put down a lot of Euthanatoid?
I beg your pardon?
Did that blade put down a lot of Euthanatoid?
That blade killed a lot of Euthanatoid and bound their souls in eternal service to the sword.
Well.
It's the blade. Basically, the dragon who guards the edge. The dragon who guards the edge of the void is essentially a mythological Chinese. It's like Cerberus in Greek mythology. He guards the underworld. In this case, he guards the pathway to the wheel, and basically those slain by the tooth of him and the pommel, the actual the katsuke of the sword, is supposedly made from one of his teeth. And it basically binds the spirits of those it kills into the service of the master of the blade.
Well, all right then.
Sam, you know nothing of this.
Maybe a conversation with Jewel and Sam later.
Yeah. Jewel is going to look at Taisho no Kagi. It seems meeting you has been very auspicious indeed.
Oh shit! By the way, you know his name that he gave you literally translates to the first shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Kim, your name. I gave you your name, didn't I?
No.
Okay. Did you actually? Do you have a translation for your name?
If I remember correctly, it's like Living Shadow. Hmm.
Oh yes, no, it's the shadow who it's bit esoteric, but it's like the shadow who breathes.
Or the living spirit.
Yes, it's the yes. So it's the living. We'll call it the living shadow because it sounds cooler. So it's the living shadow and the first shadow.
Because necromancy.
Necromancy.
It seems we owe you a debt of gratitude.
Oh, nonsense. I'm sure that you would have done the same had our positions been reversed.
Yes, I would have.
Please, I believe we can talk later. Right now, Miss Sam needs attention.
Yes. He will kind of kneel down and he'll say, I don't really feel comfortable moving you any further, but now that we're out of the sight of the police, I'm going to say we found a back alley or something of that nature, and he'll say, will this be suitable, Akira?
Yes, it will be. If Miss Sam is amenable to it.
More blood comes out.
Is that a yes?
She throws a thumbs up. She's not even gonna try to talk right now.
It would probably be best.
Yeah, she just wants to make sure that it's all Gucci because the last thing she needs is for stuff to be kind of bad because she started doing some stuff to a youth out of toast without their permission.
And there we go again. The Akashics saying they want to escape the wheel, yet they do all this bullshit. Mm-hmm.
Look, okay, I'm not a very good Akashic. I actually don't know a damn thing about the Akashics. Let's be real here.
If you think about it from our perspective, Tim, we're necromancers. We have escaped the wheel.
E.
What we is there? You just keep dying.
I'm bad at life.
So Akira will she'll take out her push dagger that she has, and because I had to heal earlier today too, and I never actually healed up this wound, so it's still like one bashing and one lethal. She'll she sliced her left palm before, now she'll slice her right palm. She understands, because she has enough medical knowledge that it's best to not do it on the palm, but we're not going to talk about what this character enjoys. So, she will slice her palm open.
Probably
and
slice shoulder.
Look, Tim, I don't need this in my life right now. She'll kind of slice her palm and then stick her finger in the. Yes, Tim, Mage the Giovanni, but okay. And she'll stick her pointer. I need to stop looking inside chat when I'm speaking. She'll stick her finger in the cut, obviously, now with the bloody finger. She'll draw out a dragon, Eastern, of course, on her forehead, on Sam's forehead, in the blood. Hate you, Tim. But yeah, now is time for me to roll some dice. And it's all internal bleeding, and it's lethal. So internal bleeding, would it still be counted vulgar? Because I mean, technically, nobody can see the damage being healed.
It's is it vulgar to heal lethal?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, no, it's still gonna be vulgar.
Welcome to Paradox City.
Yeah,
My
the familiar will eat that.
You can only ask your familiar to eat so much Paradox before your familiar tells you to politely go fuck yourself. Yep, no, and she'll just continue going. Okay, so that is 6 lethal healed. I believe that also because we had 3 paradox
Yeah.
before, and now we're at 6. So
Yeah, in that case, Kim, please roll me 6 dice.
no, it's Kim and Evan. I will remind you.
Okay.
Yep.
Kim,
Here we go.
you.
Also, also Anthony. No, we only backlash when we accrue 6. When we accrue 5 at once.
It's technically also up to storyteller discretion.
Is
5
it?
at once. 5 at once is a definite, but it can also be at any time the storyteller decides it is appropriate.
That's fair.
And doing a bunch of vulgar magic that brings your paradox total up to 6, I think qualifies.
But Sam is now healed up 6 lethal, so yay!
Yeah, so let's just have a quick peek, shall we?
In that case, I will take 3 bashing and have a sad day.
Okay, Kit and Kim.
I did just roll a 6 dice.
Okay, that's
Ones do cancel on paradox rolls, don't they?
yeah, that's a no successes at all, Kim.
We
So I
Gucci?
do. So that means you've accrued 6 paradox, but you haven't had a backlash.
Oh, that's actually kind of worse.
Yeah, no, that's much worse. That shit discharged.
Yeah.
You're now stuck with 6 paradox.
Hmm.
And bear in mind, the next time you have a backlash, it will be all of your paradox. So
I feel like I'm channeling my inner Taftani right now.
Yay!
yes,
More people should do that. More people should do that.
So you can clearly see when it's all finished, Akira will kind of pull a handkerchief out of her pocket. Because she's wearing like slacks and a dress shirt with a fan in her pocket. And she's got a necklace, but you can't really see the pendant because it's under her shirt. And of course the metal hair pendant. But anyway, she'll kind of take the what is it called? The handkerchief, and she'll wipe the blood off, and she'll just kind of mutter, "My apologies. This is one way I find easiest to do this."
Oh, it's fine.
Do you feel better though?
Yes, I can actually breathe without my choking on my blood. That's fun.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
Although, can I
Although-
speak?
Oh, of course.
I don't know if you're in the same business as your brother is in, but I won't forget this time you've chosen to help me. If any of your people require perhaps more mundane forms of healing, I can definitely do what I can with that.
I'll smile and say, "Thank you very much."
I do have a Hippocratic oath at the end of the day.
There are still some things I need to speak over, and I believe you might like to hear them. If you all wish, we can take this to a more private place.
I am amenable to that.
Agreed.
Wonderful.
at this point, I would like to ask that we end the scene here, because I, as AST, will not be able to be here because I have to head off to the physiotherapist.
No, Anthony, it's fine. We'll continue the scene going onward because we want to do some out of character, some talky roleplay crap. But
Yeah.
you can by all means bow out now.
Okie dokie then. I hope you've all had fun so far.
Thank you, Anthony. It was a lot of fun.
Yep. Tim, apologies for nearly getting you killed and captured.
Evan does the same to me, it's fine.
It's Incidentally, though, Tim, Sam is now on the technocratic radar. Enjoy.
To be fair, she kind of has been.
I will point out, you're actually more lenient than I am, Anthony. Normally, my response is don't take lethal, take ag.
Yeah, I'll admit, I had originally intended for ag, and then it sort of occurred to me, no, they probably want to capture if possible.
Anyway, I hope that the physiotherapist gives you some relief. I know how much Jiminy you've been getting with your back.
Yes. Have fun, folks. Bye bye.
Pip, pip. So, where shall we retire to then?
I was thinking our home.
We can take them to the home. If you would care to join us, that is.
We were very hospitable to our guests.
If you are offering us hospitality, it would be rude to refuse.
Indeed, your friend Jackie made quite the impression on all of my household staff. His manners were impeccable.
That sounds
Would you
like
not-
him.
Would you not agree, sister?
He was indeed very likable.
Even Matsuo liked him, and she tends not to like people very often.
Either way, shall we head on?
For the record, you will be led to a large premises that is basically almost a gaudy kind of casino, like the kind of place you would expect to see in Vegas. You know, one of those themed casinos called the Temple of 10,000 Happinesses. At this point, Saisho will walk into the building, and you see two of the serving girls stop immediately, who are kind of at the front desk, stop immediately and bow very respectfully, and they say, "Welcome home, master," in perfect unison. He will turn to the others and he will say, "Do you wish food or drink? We can arrange both if you would desire them. Or perhaps something more esoteric for your enjoyment."
Sam will turn to Jewel, because Jewel knows more about this than Sam does.
Simple soda water would suffice for me.
As you wish. And you, madam?
I would like some water as well.
Very good. Shall we go to the bathhouse, perhaps? You should rest, and it is very relaxing, if nothing else.
Sure.
Wonderful. You will be led through the main casino floor down a much more sedate corridor that has many hand-carved Japanese panels of history. You know, you see samurai fighting noble battles, etc. Saisho and his sister will basically walk into a side room, and he will denote you to go into the other side room, and he will say that they have provided a suitable change of attire for the bathhouse inside for you.
Ooh, alrighty. Yeah, so we're gonna have to get changed.
It's okay. Of course, one of you is quite used to this because the bathhouse is a very important facet of Japanese culture. You will be given a very nice black robe that has a red kanji over the left breast. Undergarments, if you deign to wear the undergarments. I think Samira is a type who deigns to wear the undergarments.
Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah!
Okay. Is Jewel the type who deigns to wear the undergarments?
Not especially.
That's fair. But there is, and as I say, as you walk out into the next room is incredibly ornate. As a matter of fact, You were brought down a long passageway, and you see various different. Okay, important question. Have all of you watched enough anime to have seen Spirited Away?
Yes.
A long ass time ago, but yeah.
Basically, think of the bathhouse from that sense that there are a number of paper walls that basically screen off different bathhouses. But you will get to the end door, and there's a large door that you will go through. You will enter into a circular room, the floor of which has a deep indentation in the center where the bath is. It is a perfect circle, the bath, and you see two golden dragons with their mouths open, pouring water rather happily into the bath itself. The floor itself is covered in arcane runes and kanji of many different descriptions, and the walls are hung with various different scripts that Jewel will immediately read as very, very old but very resonating poetry. Many haikus are placed on the walls. Well thought out and very tasteful. There are also a number of traditional works of Japanese art that would probably be considered very valuable. You see the fact that that Saisho and wow, sorry, there was just major wicked reverb there for a second. And Ikiru are already seated in the bath. They obviously deign for the we don't want to wear anything approach. So Sam can have her blush fit.
Awesome.
5, 4, 3, 2, blush fit. They are the only ones in the room this time around. However, there has been a small tray of snacks that are sitting next to the bath that have been provided. And yes, Sam, he will stand up out of the water once again. Not wearing much of anything. And he will bow his head and he will say, "Please, the water is heated to just the right temperature. Do join us."
Out of character, is Sam looking at Sideshow's dick right now? Is that happening?
She is in fact looking at the penis.
I hope you know Sideshow's is the first penis that you've seen outside of a medical setting.
Excellent.
Outside of a medical setting specifically. This is
excellent. He will send through the mental link. My. She has such. I didn't know the human form could turn that color.
Oh?
Jewel will step into the bath and she'll offer a hand for Sam if you need one.
Yeah, she may need one, if only to have someone to hold on to, because oh my god, that's a penis.
I will point out, just because it'll be interesting for you. You're the only one who's wearing a bathing suit in the bath.
That is perfectly fine with her.
This one is she's still rather innocent, I think.
He will not. He will lean slightly forward and basically have his sister kind of I'm not going to say lather, but pour scented oils on his back before he will kiss her hand in thanks.
Yep.
You know what? Just for the ease and clarity of purpose, Jackie, if you wanted to have stashed the car here, because this place is warded, you can do. So it'll also give you an easy reason to just kind of bimble in after you've maybe enjoyed the casino floor or had a drink or something like that. Just so there's a reason for you to just bimble into the room. Bimble.
Jackie will indeed bimble, and he will have won some money. Because entropy.
Entropy is great for that, isn't it? But yes, you will see your fellow Danatoi are currently in the bath with the two Akashics.
Sam is still clothed, although you've never seen her that shade of red. Now you've seen
Jackie's still in the onesie.
Yeah. You've seen her blush slightly. You've seen her red hot with fury, but not this. Not this.
Never this. Why is it never this? Reasons.
When he
penises that often outside of a medical setting.
when he does walk in, he looks and goes,
Hey,
Brother, come join us
"You mean in the water?
if you like.
I'm not that cool. I'm American. I see a bunch of chicks. I'm gonna get wood. And that's not cool."
smarter. Which is pretty fucking hard to do considering there's dick about 10 feet away from her.
Just being honest. I know my limitations.
That is fair.
Now then, my darling, sorry, the chrysanthemum of my life, he will say. You said you had something you wished to tell these people.
Indeed. But why don't you tell them, Mr. Jackie?
Huh? Oh, okay.
About the blood we found today. More aptly, you found.
I
Or
was
it was
trying
your
to
idea
forget
to
about
steal the truck. Or, the
it.
truck.
I was trying to forget about that, but I guess you want me to talk about it.
Indeed. It is something that needs to be said, don't you agree?
I guess. Yeah. So them blood vans that our hermetic friend had us look into, I decided to go steal me one because I'm a thief. And in the commission of the retrieval, I got shot in the head. Luckily, there was a handy dandy woman of Asian extraction there with superpowers to make sure I wasn't dead. Upon closer inspection inside the land of the dead, while we was getting away, and not having any sort of untoward conversation being left alone, sir.
Out of character, you'll see a very slight nod of approval, like, yes.
We took a look upon the stuff inside, and after I was done stabbing the shit I didn't want working, she, Miss, I don't know what to say there, but appellation of respect, her. Yeah.
Hero is fine.
He blatantly looks at her brother. That cool?
There's a nod.
Cool. She looked inside and used some kind of looking at things kind of ability. And we had determined through ourselves that there's a super death bubonic plague kind of simple AIDS that killed the world in a box. And they just kind of been disseminated. It's a real slow strain of it, but it'll kill everybody and their mama if enough people get it. And won't nobody be able to detect it. And they probably got a whole bunch of these in these vans. Bad thing, I'm thinking.
Sam looks real serious now. She has asked, "Who's they now? Whoever's."
Well, our theory, and this is a theory because it ain't a fact. Because I didn't have had I planned better and probably had more friends, I could have took one of them some bitches with me. But after I got shot in the head, the plan was to just kind of YOLO out of there. The theory is that it's part of the propaganda machine to recertify the technocratic paradigm in this fair city. That's the theory. Drive it all crazy with all kinds of mass hysteria and diseases, and then they show up with their superpowers going, "Hey, science fixes it all. Screw the church." That's what I'm saying.
Think about it like this. In the event that all of a sudden there's a sweeping plague, not only will martial law need to be declared in order to curtail it, however, also these individuals would be able to, at a certain point when either pitch is at its greatest, emerge with the wonder cure, that thing that will rid the people of their infections.
And not only that, after all the blood drawn, they'd have themselves a nice picture of the what they call Miss Ma'am. You referred to it as the genome or the Dana of everybody.
The DNA?
Yeah, the Dana. said there's going to be all the Dana of all the people in Dublin, and they can do some kind of hooba-joob with that. And I just didn't sit right with me. I mean, if you're going to kill somebody, you shoot them in the face. I don't know about all this.
Some people
Yeah.
prefer more subtle approaches.
I was
There is
asking that.
another slightly less appealing possibility.
And what's that?
Plague like that, whether it's stopped or not, would cause massive loss of life.
Hey?
Possible someone would be looking to harness that energy to fuel something possibly demonic. We've had encounters with such things. Have we not, Samaria?
Yeah, it was something we came across just a week or two ago, really.
These folk was technocrats that you ran into?
Today?
No, the folk that you said that had this less appealing, we gonna summon up the death stuff.
No, I don't believe so.
No, not to my knowledge, at least.
Well, I took a look at their gear in the back, and these folks were definitely of that extraction. Oh, by the way, I was set up. So I don't think our friend Maeve that uses the souls of her enemies and the blood of her enemies to slick her hair back is our buddy anymore.
I'm sorry, what?
Maeve, the doctor, she used to be good folk, but the location that I got to go retrieve this vehicle was given to me by her, and I don't think she's our friend anymore because there was a sniper with some sort of high-powered rifle, shot me in the face, and it hurt, and he was there.
You got the information from her directly.
Yeah, I am pretty goddamn sure.
Sam will actually look really contemplative, and she'll ask, "Hey, Jackie,
Yep.
I know some things to talk to you about later."
Well, okay then. Not that I'm mad, mind you. I mean, folk do things that the folk gonna do, but I'm just saying, you know, we got friend categories and got ourselves enemy categories, and I'm pretty sure she's left the friend category.
That is a
This-
serious
when-
accusation to make.
It sure is. I wouldn't be making it if I wasn't sure. The only person who knew I was going to be there at that moment was her.
Oh, there's a traitor in our midst.
So it would seem.
There's always at least one.
And there were multiple incidents today involving, well, I'm assuming snipers.
Yes,
She
but
does
unlike Mr. Jackie, the one who attempted to take my life was not exactly a good shot.
Well, to be fair, had I prepared myself with some of the tricks that the Morgan had taught us, I probably would have been shot less. But I was more concerned with getting the objective, which makes me kind of an idiot.
In the end, the goal was completed and no one was killed.
And many things were learned.
I'm sorry, just through the mental link, much to your chagrin, no doubt.
There's a mental shrug. And sent back to the line.
Excellent.
Would it be possible for me to get some tea? Whole wheat, if possible?
This can be arranged.
Thank you.
Now,
He will.
we have our...
Oh, I just have to point this out for Tim. He will get out of the bath again. Tim is in the room. I have to stipulate this.
His Chinese name is Hung Lo.
Come with you, Marcus.
Marcus, making scenes better. Marcus, what year were you born in?
77.
Holy crap, you are old.
Wow.
That's cool.
Sorry, that was Evan's immediate mental reaction. I have no inner monologue. Anyway.
Country as hell. Country's a shade tree and old as hell. Anyway, he says, but we have ourselves a rare opportunity.
Explain.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now, my student might have fucked up real bad, but my student did teach us a lesson. I got a truck full of magical Hujima whatsits from the technocracy. Well, ourselves a technomancer, and we can technomancer Hubajube the same stuff same thing that they did. Can't we?
Theoretically, we can also technomancer a cure, a vaccine.
Well, those of us with life magic can just be goddamn immune to it, but you know that's kind of how that works. But I was thinking more of locations. All these vans probably got all the same stuff in it and got the same effect in it. We can try track science, locate things at it.
Triangulate.
I don't know how that shit works. I have people that do. They need to get on that.
You're proposing we use the technology in this van to track the other vans.
Well, at least create. See, see. Here's the thing: we have ourselves an explosives expert in the face of a flambeau mage, and I think that it would be hilarious if we created some sort of effect, chain reaction to them all blowing up. Now, there could be some folk inside of them. If you're not really, that's not your kettle of fish, though. We can use magic or whatever to make sure that we get them all at the least opportune time and when a civilian is inside of them, if that's a problem for you. But we can get them all in one fell swoop in one giant explosion, which will be awesome.
You know what? Because science. Yep, there she is.
I would prefer to not endanger the sleepers if at all possible, but seeing as how they are already in danger.
Jackie and probably Jackie, did you send the Magister a message basically? Because she gave out her phone number. Did you send her a message saying you got the van? Okay.
How else? Hot stuff gonna hug me again?
You're not wrong. The door is going to swing open. I will point out this lady walks into the room. She pads into the room with incredible confidence. She is entirely. She is wearing a whatchamacallit. She is wearing a dressing gown, the same kind of dressing gown you were all given, and she'll pad up to Jackie and she'll smile and she'll poke him right on the nose and she'll say, "You are the reason I get out of bed in the morning. Congratulations for not being a blithering, incompetent fuckwit."
I don't know what half of them insults said, but I sure am glad you wore that dressing gown.
She'll smile. She'll kind of kneel down at the water and she'll tread it with her hand and she'll say, "My. Mm-mm. Hello,
all." Greetings, madam.
Oh my, she's being formal. Stop being formal. I hate it.
Ma'am, if you ain't formal in here, we probably might not make it out.
She'll smile and she'll say, "My, do forgive me for being presumptuous." She'll look at Hiro and she'll say, "Are you the lady of the house?"
I am indeed.
"So, will you forgive me for my vulgarities and wanting to stand on ceremony? After all, if people had to call me master every time I took a shit, then it would not exactly be long before I couldn't leave the bathroom."
I got no problem calling you master.
Jackie, you, me, later. Keep your mind on the task at hand now, boy.
Yes.
And thus it was. Jackie stood to full attention, but no one ever saw.
That is fun, yes.
I like her already. She'll take off the dressing gown, revealing, yes, Jackie, she is entirely butt naked. As she eases herself into the bathwater, she'll say, allow me to do the formal introductions, then, or at least be as informal as I can be. My name is Magister Alexandre de Noffrier of the House Flambeau, the Order of Hermes. If I wanted to list all my titles, that would take me about 5 minutes. Frankly, I couldn't give a fuck. So, hello.
I suppose this is the House Flambeau made you spoke of, Jackie.
Yeah, that's her. And
Well, I
She'll
see
kind of
why
give-
you like her.
She'll kind of wave at you with 2 fingers.
there were 3 people talking.
Yeah, sorry. Forget what I said. Sorry. So, Kim, what did you say?
Oh, she just kind of said, I see why you like her.
Oh, you do? You really do? She says mockingly, crossing her hands across her heart.
You mean like with my emotions and stuff? No.
I need a quick catch up. Is that the director?
Oh,
What?
oh Lord, no.
Okay, I was super confused.
To answer your question, my name is Alexandre de Noffrier, Magister of House Flambeau, the Order of Hermes. Nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you, ma'am. I am known as the
Call me
exquisite sound
Alexandra,
of joy.
please. Thank you.
Of the Euthanatos of the Order of the Knight of Radamanthus.
Oh, you're the ones who believe the Greek gods are real. That's adorable. For the record, she's found the crab puffs that were seated next to the bath, because I said there was food laid out in little trays.
Okay, so she kind of just walked in and it's like, hey, fam.
She was invited, technically.
Okay, no, because I actually was gone for a few minutes. So I actually.
Oh, sorry. She basically, Jackie said that he was working for her, and he informed her of stuff earlier on, and basically she popped up in order to check on basically the report that he had to give her.
Oh, sweet.
So I'm led to understand that my little piece of insight for you all involving the blood wagons or the blood vans proved to be of some use. I'm pleased.
Yes, it is apparently quite a hideous plot.
Well, Jackie, don't just stand there gawking. Tell me what it is the plot is.
It ain't my place, ma'am.
What do you mean it's not your place?
It ain't my place, ma'am.
Mother of the sanctified. May the divine Tutacophis grant me strength in my hour of need. All right then, so whose place is it to tell me what's happening?
Jewel will clear her throat. As I have been recently informed, the blood vans are carrying some type of plague.
Not all of them, simply O negative.
Isn't
At
that
least-
the universal donor?
Indeed, it is.
That's clever. That's very clever.
Jackie's real quiet.
What is Jackie's current emotional state?
Rage.
Is that all? Oh no, he's always angry.
Like seething, uncalculable cold rage. Yes, all the time.
That's fair. To be fair, if homegirl has some aura reading shit, actually, I think Kim's character does too. Once she did find out that yeah, they're fucking poisoning transfusion blood. Yeah, no, rage for Sam too.
These are delicious crab puffs, by the way. I really need to thank you for them. So, it would appear as though we have a nest of progenitors on our hands.
I honestly have no idea what the progenitors are, but if that is what this information seems most
Okay.
likely to you.
Let me phrase it like this. Do you know who Dr. Mangala was?
Vaguely.
Right. Imagine Dr. Mangala with even less ethics and more magic.
Oh my.
Yeah. I've literally seen them tap bombs into the genetic structures of unborn children, or indeed use unborn infants in the womb to be to have the life sucked out of them to be a continuous stream of quintessence. We call that one the phylactery womb.
Jackie, I take back my earlier objections.
Yes, ma'am.
So, we have a nest of progenitors. And you say that these blood vans are being used to transport their illicit cargo, yes?
It seems that way.
Right, well, I'm going to go and do what I do.
There also seems, or Mr. Jackie believes, that there is a traitor. If you wish to elaborate more on the subject, Mr. Jackie, I believe it involved you getting shot in the head.
Yes, ma'am. Given leave to speak, he actually raises his head up and he looks at her and he goes, only one person knew where I was going to be at that exact moment or where I was going to go to get said van. I believe I might have been set up, but it could have just been coincidence because magic.
That is very, very unnerving. Who was it who knew this information? Oh, sorry, continue, Tim.
Sam will look to Jackie and she'll just say, I may as well just bring up what I was going to say to you before as well. She'll also raise her hand. I'm not going to lie, it's very
What did I say? With that, she will stand up in the bath. She's got her chest is pretty expansive, so you'll get those in the face as she basically pushes your hand down and she'll say, "What did I say about that? Stop it."
Sorry. Please, wait, out of character. Is she covered too, or is she actually like prepped for the bathhouse?
She's bucket
naked.
She
is not. She is, yeah.
She's what?
Bucket nakeds.
You know what? Fuck it. Sam's just red. Just red. Yeah.
Yeah, and very calmly just kind of like lowers her hand. It's like, nope, you don't. If you want to talk. We're not having any more of this raising hand bullshit.
Is the lady covered?
Oh god, no. And when she stands up, her breasts are right in your face.
Okay, yeah. Outside of a medical setting, yeah. Should probably ask to just add the fucking vanilla flan to my shoe, fuck. So say, one coincidence would be a lot, but there's a total of 3 coincidences.
What are the 3 coincidences?
Well, there's 2 more, making a total of 3, including his. Our first major engagement against the technocracy agents. It was at the church, and a group of us started to get away. I noticed that a lot of the agents in the area were specifically targeting Maeve, even when it became very. Even when it became the least tactical thing to do, it was kind of a stupid idea to attack her. And it didn't make any sense. Then there was the fact that when we raided the Leviathan ship, we happened to find her as one of the prisoners there. I didn't even know she got captured. Did any of you know she got captured? I didn't know she got captured. Can you please sit down, ma'am? You can't fuck with that.
Very calmly, she's going to reach under the breast and she's going to boop you in the face with a boob. Boop.
Passes out.
That ain't right.
For about like 5 seconds.
She will just be like, they don't bite, you know.
Where's
Did you legit pass out, by the way? Sorry.
No, she did pass out for just a moment.
When you regain consciousness, she'll sit down with a kind of a sigh.
Weapons of mass destruction.
You'll find out later, Jackie boy, exactly how distracting they could be, but continue.
No, I won't. I have rules.
That's nice. Continue.
Well, my idea concerns using their technology against them, turning it into a way for us to attack all of the vehicles simultaneously.
This is a good plan. I like this plan. Continue with the plan.
It involves blowing shit up.
I am extremely good at that.
Well, we use this van to blow the other ones up, like the time one of them hacked one of our cell phones because they had the one cell phone and they hacked all of them at the same time. Can we do something like that? Kind of like daisy chaining the explosions together? Some kind of way?
I like this man's thinking. Can I give him a medal?
Oftentimes, ambulances have forms of communication with one another, typically radio.
Well, this is full of all kinds of weird high-tech stuff that I don't know hiding their hair. We're going to have to get some kind of brainiac in there and look at that shit. All I knew how to do was unplug it.
Okay, maybe what we can do is we can set some kind of explosive that triggers on the sending of a sort of signal that those ambulances use.
Well, here's the question, y'all brainiacs assemblage. If we blow one of them vans up, one of them their containers on the inside of it, is we going to weaponize that explosion? Is it people that going to get on folk, or will the explosion cook all the evil out of it?
Kim, that blood is highly virulent. In the event it's introduced to the air, it will become basically airborne toxin or airborne virus.
I do not believe that would be a good idea. It is
No.
already currently a bloodborne disease. The last thing we need is for it to become airborne as well.
So can we kill all the viruses at the same time because we have this one?
It would be best to test it out first, but just exploding it.
No,
And
I mean with like some kind of weird ritual. Like I know folk can kill folk from a distance if you got like a piece of their face or their arm or something like that. Which, by the way, we need to really talk to Damien about because that fool's got some kind of arm that Maeve put on him. Just saying. What I'm talking about is the I don't know what it's called. The touching people from real far away.
With appropriate
Like,
knowledge of life or entropy or even both, and as well as the ability to work from great distances, theoretically we could destroy most instances of the virus within a certain location.
that would be a great work. We'd need all kinds of help. Because way I figure, I was thinking about the whole tech thing. I figure if I got set up, then they sent us the one van that wasn't connected to anything. Dumb to send me to one of them that I could use against them, wouldn't it?
If it was a setup, it would also be very dumb to leave a virus that they're using to infect the populace with inside.
Well,
The other
I'm
thing,
pretty sure that please continue, Sam. I'm sorry, ma'am.
no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The only other thing I was thinking is, I feel like stopping just the vans is a temporary solution. I think we have to find the source. And what I mean by that is like the location where some of these vans are stored at, or where this blood is being transmuted, or infected, rather. So that way we can eliminate the head of the snake on this Hydra.
There is a progenitor stronghold out there, somewhere in the city. They tend to like to work on this side of the gauntlet, not on the other, because apparently the transmission back and forth can damage some of the more sensitive gene properties of things, I'm led to understand. As I said, I've been killing the technocracy for most of my adult life. I'm very good at it at this point.
So, destroying the vans is all well and good, but ultimately we just buy us time, because they can just keep sending them out.
All right, so your plan, Sam, is to just get them all and get them all at home, same spot. Use the virus or whatever to track the mother virus, as it were. Find where that is, disable it all in one fell swoop, and then not have any, and just not have to deal with it anymore. Take out that aspect of the issue.
It's ultimately the only way we can permanently stop this issue.
And it would appear to be the path that results in the least amount of unwanted casualty.
We have to consider this is not symmetric warfare. We're not fighting against an enemy on equal terms. So when we go after things like this, we can't leave it up to attrition. I've read a lot of Wikipedia.
Sam, my dear, do you think we fight a war of attrition? In any capacity?
No, but considering the van's the primary and only target, would be a form of doing that. And as we've seen, technocrats are inventive. Once we counter them, they'll find some kind of way to work around it.
Now, the three of us ain't allowed to make that call. We got to run it up the flagpole before we sign off on it. But it sounds like a good plan.
I would suggest we keep the plan of targeting the vans as a contingency if we're unable to locate the hive where this virus is being bred.
What I mean to say, to be a little less cryptic, is while I'm all for this and others can want to do this, you and Sam all have to answer to someone in particular. We have to pass it up, run up the flagpole. If they say it's okay, then I'm down. If they say there's something or whatever, then that's all it is to it. It's a no-go.
Yes, of course. However, we have people here who are capable of acting on this plan on their own, it seems.
Once again, over the mental link, because I'm going to say your brother's kind of skulking in the back of the room, Kim. He'll say, interesting. It would seem as though the Euthanatos are indeed whipped dogs.
Aren't most of the traditions?
Not incorrect.
What I'm saying is this sort of death from afar ain't the good death.
No, it's not.
Ultimately, the magistrate will say she stands up. She's not standing up like looming in Tim's face with gigantic breasts, but is just standing up. She will say, ultimately, frankly, the fact of the matter remains is that there is, and I do believe, a progenitor stronghold in this city. So, I intend to find it. I would like help in this endeavor, and I intend to burn it off the face of the map.
To that
I can
end,
do that.
ma'am, I will offer you whatever aid I am able.
Wonderful. I like you. She'll basically pat you on the head. Your hair is also incredibly soft. What conditioner do you use?
Blood of my enemies.
The lamentation of the women folk. What?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, stop.
Just embarrassed.
It's a just a bottle from the pharmacy, ma'am. It has yogurt and blueberries, I think.
Oh. She'll put both of her hands on your head and start stroking. I like this. So soft. Anyway. My apologies. I tend to get carried away with things. On a side note, yes. Let's go murder the progenitors. Brutally and indiscriminately to their collective Nazi-ized faces. Hurrah.
I can't necessarily get down with all that, but I am down for stopping them from doing this.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Oh, okay.
Hey, guess what, Sam?
Yeah.
You're getting a hug.
Pat pats her back, is obviously awkward about this.
Sam, one day we need to teach you how to love. I mean, I've got a question. I'm sorry. I was always terrible with pronouncing Japanese names. Ikiru?
Ikiro.
Ikiro. Okay, I've got a question. This place is a brothel, isn't it? Completely blasé about it.
Indeed, it is.
Can you provide someone for my friend Sam here? I'll pay whatever the price.
No, thank you.
If the lady does not wish for company, then I will not force her to have company. Simply because
come
you
now.
wish it.
I'm sure you can pick out someone very pretty. I mean,
I
look
have
at
given my answer.
Oh, how horribly dull.
Ma'am, as much as I think that you're, all kinds of hot to look at, there's this line that you cross right quick, and you're getting real close to it.
She'll smile, and she'll say, one of the things you learn in the Order of Hermes is if you're powerful enough, there are no lines.
One of the things you learn in Euthanatos is that ain't true.
And this is why I like him. She'll smile, and she'll pull herself out of the bath, and she'll say, well then, I better go and attempt to start mustering the troops and all that jazz. After all, if we go into a progenitor stronghold, we'll face everything. Grotesques, surgical experiments, possibilities of Frankensteinian monsters. It's going to be wonderful.
I'm gonna need more bacon for this.
Bacon is indeed the food of the gods. She will proceed to bow to the collective room before casually turning on her heel and walking out. I will point out this character has got really bad, it has really bad attention deficit disorder. It's really hard to play.
Trust me, I know the pain. I had to play a character like that for like a year and a half.
Jackie looks at everybody and he goes, I apologize if anybody felt offended by her, but in the time where we all need allies, sometimes we have to look past certain idiosyncrasies. And if anybody needs some kind of payback or whatever, I'll take the L.
Excuse me.
Nah. Worst case scenario, someone was going to get a working woman, and I would have just talked to her all night. Would have been the easiest she had ever made.
Ma'am, folk ain't supposed to disrespect your issues like that, and I really do apologize, ma'am.
Indeed. He has a point.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not exactly happy about it, but there's a much bigger issue going on right now.
This is also why people don't like the Hermetics. They think that they can merely walk all over creation as if it was their own plaything.
Not all the movements of the wheel are large movements.
There is wisdom in that sentiment. However, the hour does grow late. We thank you for your time, and we thank you for your aid earlier, and needless to say, Miss Sam, you have provided me with an interesting evening's entertainment. I thank you for that.
I'll be here all week.
If that is the case, I would invite you back for tea tomorrow.
All right.
And of course, everyone else is invited as well.
Tea is rather delicious.
Not to be disrespectful or anything, but I reckon the more sporadic and odd our locations and gatherings are, the better. So
There is wisdom in that.
One can approve of this concept.
But where else private would we have tea?
I will admit, swanky tea is a thing. I mean, y'all in small groups is probably okay. Large groups is probably a bad idea. In any case, he looks at Sasho in the face and he goes, "That well."
You will say, and find your next incarnation waiting.
Oh, and he like aggressively backs out.
These two characters just got like, one of us will be the alpha dog mentality going on.
Meanwhile, the shy characters get everything done.
You're not wrong.
What? Man, I'm doing stuff. Hater.
All right, guys. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.
Give me a moment.
Oh, god dang it, okay!
Okay, thank you. Just a little quick. Gotta get one more credit. When you said, may you die well, through the link, you'll just say, yeah, you already have way too many times.
Silence, woman. I'll make you suffer for those words later, in the way you enjoy.
Yes, Daddy.
And the rest of the night, Sam is just thinking, are they fucking? I think they're fucking.
Why go across the street when you go across the hall?
Oh my god.
Incest is best. Put your cousin to the test. If your cousin you can't find, seek out your sister. She won't mind.
Mm-hmm. Grow up with her all your life. You know each other very well.
Keep it in the family.
Oh my god.
Needless to say, there's a reason they call this my family tree.
It don't
Why
fork.
grow a new tree when you can just use existing branches?
Thank you, watching, for watching. This has been another night of Dublin World of Darkness. Thank you and good night.